L-O-W.
Lowell.
Lowell.
Lowell. Percival
Not
Lowell.
Lol. Percival Lol XD.
He misunderstood that word cannoli to mean
cannoli.
cannolis.
Cannolis. No. He misinterpreted it to mean cannolis. And he's like, there's cannolis on Mars, guys. There's so many cannolis. And he's like, we need to get to Mars. And his great-great-grandson, Elon Musk, is still attempting to get there.
There's cannolis on Mars.
There's cannolis, guys. We gotta get there.
Dumbass, won't you say hi to the crowd? Oh, I guess he's not here today. And neither is Poopy Face. So instead, you're going to have Guigo and Nico. Welcome to the Guigo and Nico show, everybody.
From my view, we still do have Poopy Face.
I mean, we love you SoundCloud people because we're hosting on SoundCloud, so somehow we're like connected to our host. But you might be on iTunes, you might be on Stitcher, you might be on whatever the fuck. But we like to throw a shout out to, nobody's watching our fucking YouTube channel, right? For some reason.
Yeah, people watch YouTube podcasts. There's no video.
I watched Joe Rogan, shout out, on YouTube.
We're free on all platforms.
Yes. Oh.
That we can get to.
But what was I going to say? Oh, shout out to our boys on BitChute, BITCHUTE. You guys are actually watching the things. And we thank you.
SoundCloud's watching too.
I already said that.
Yeah, but you're like, they're actually watching. No, they're all watching. The real fans.
And
what if it's the same people on all platforms?
Jumping around. Oh no, and they're also on Nico. And I know I'm gonna butcher this, and Nico, you can make it good if you want. But konnichiwa. Did I fuck that up? All right, let me do something.
That's cultural appropriation, and that's racist.
You guys will probably understand this.
So all
Zaya.
But okay.
So,
are you even a fan of the anime?
I am. I actually do like. Let's see. What do you like? I like One Punch Man, but Nico thinks he doesn't understand how OP One Punch Man is. One Punch Man is so OP that he's almost he's like super powerful, almost to the point like Superman, but he's bored. He's not even trying. Him not trying is still more powerful than Superman. That's how OP this guy is.
Okay, have you heard about Superman 1000 or 10,000 Prime?
This guy doesn't even need the sun. He doesn't have kryptonite.
Superman flew into the sun, became so powerful, he could basically alter reality. I don't think he was actually a reality warper. But actually, the most OP characters in any comic book series are always like reality warpers, like Franklin Richards, who can he basically destroyed Galactus, made him his herald, so messed up. Then he can just control the universe. He made a whole new universe or something like that.
No idea.
You hate to see these reality.
You hate to see him.
You hate to see it because what?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange isn't a reality warper.
He's not
on that level. He can't change the Scarlet Witch can, I think.
Yeah. Guys, there's this thing. Certain characters suffer from variations of this, but our biggest offender is Xavier from X-Men. Basically, they have OP powers, and sometimes they show them that they have those powers, but they just don't use them. Xavier can stop time, and he can make random people just pass out, just like. Ooh. He never uses it. It would be convenient, right, to use that, but they don't. So, shout out to Xavier and whoever Nico just mentioned. Shout out to Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So if you hear some slurping, am drinking some of Nico's Earl Grey because I was out of the English breakfast that I like. So,
Oh yeah, shout out to the Punisher show. Saw some scenes. I haven't finished it, but
on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It has Shane from The Walking Dead.
Shane.
Basically the same character. If he was yeah, some badass fight scenes. You should really participate.
Oh, but he's
definitely not a mutant. No,
I mean, wonder
you can take 50 bullets to the chest and still walk. You should, regular guys.
I wonder if Punisher is the difference though is that Punisher starts from the back of the head to the front, where Shane starts from the front.
No, the Punisher doesn't rub his head like that. He kind of does like this, or does like one of those face wipes.
Well, he's just sweaty. Like you.
Okay, so Gail, what is the topic of the day?
The topic for today.
I had a great topic, but he decided to cut it off.
We're gonna do your topic next time, okay? All right.
I won't spoil it.
All right. So people,
just think of this topic and think of what could have been better, and that's what it was.
Wow. Okay, so this topic kind of comes from a Cracked article. If you guys do shout out, if you guys don't know Cracked, it's the kind of thing that if I read too often, it makes me feel very depressed. But sometimes I find it funny, and it has funny articles that deal with different things. This one being history. So, kind of like Mad Magazine that used to exist.
Doesn't Cracked have a magazine?
Maybe. I don't know.
Cracked magazine.
If I sound a little weird today, guys, I went to the dentist and I have got some fillings, so my mouth.
Yeah, he's now has to brush his teeth. That's the rule.
I do brush my teeth.
I'm watching him every day now.
I do.
Oh,
my mouth
canceled the
my
Cracked
mouth
magazine.
gets dry. As we talked before, I have congestion issues with my nose. So, all right. So we're gonna start here with this. This is called 21 Tiny Mistakes That Changed History by Auntie Meme.
Yes.
Yes. We're going to skip this weird one, but we're going to go to 20, and it's called Hannibal Lost Nearly Half of His Army Because of a Cane. It was during Hannibal's legendary crossing of the Alps to invade Italy in 218 BC. What does BC stand for again?
Before.
No, it has a better, like people think it's before Christ and after death, but it's actually like Latin words.
No, BC does stand for before Christ.
Really?
Now, AD stands for Anno Domini, but that says in the year of the Lord.
Okay, so maybe
which just makes sense of after death. That's why it's translated that way, because that's essentially what it means. But now the correct terminology would be BCE, before Common Era, and now it's CE.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
That's the no, that's not what you're thinking, because you had no idea. You were wrong. You were wrong because you're dumb. And you're dumb because you're stupid.
This is what it's like to be around him all day.
You're dumb because
One
you
time I was in a hotel with him for a while. I came out of there needing like therapy. Anyway, 2018 BC. In order to prove to his 38,000 troops that the way was safe, he rammed his cane, which is not a euphemism. He rammed his actual cane into the snow. The cane triggered an avalanche that killed 18,000 of his men, 2,000 of his horses, and a ton of his elephants. Yeah, Hannibal crossed the Alps with elephants. Wait, we all knew that, right?
Wait, you don't proofread these things?
Oh, hell no.
Wow, lazy.
We are experts.
What a topic.
Guys, we are experts. Everything we say here is right. We are absolutely not wrong in any way possible.
Maybe
in
on
fact,
this side of the table, but on that side of the pond.
Both of us actually have PhDs in history. We have 2 PhDs.
But they run out at the end of this episode.
Really?
That's how it works.
So, any comments on this guy? There's a Triple X guy.
Game? I mean, I'd imagine.
Fucking Xander Cage, shout out.
I mean, he made it to, what's it called? He did still make it to Rome and did a tons of shit. So, I mean, people wonder, what if he just went the straight up way? Because, why? I don't know why he went that route. He went all the way around to go to Rome.
Everybody wonders why.
you could have just taken a boat straight forward, but I guess maybe the Roman Navy was too powerful. But I mean, that could be that was a pretty big mistake, pretty big calculation.
Well, think about this, right? Maybe.
Well, no. How do you make elephants get on a ship?
Good point.
Wouldn't it sink?
You can make them swim, but they get tired.
Wait, you could make them swim?
I could make them.
How do you get them to swim?
Have you seen those people in India? Shout out that can maneuver elephants all sorts of shit.
What are these superhumans?
Make them swim across an ocean.
Maneuver elephants? Like they grab them and lift them and throw them.
I mean,
I have to get to India. I had to see this in action.
I don't know if they could swim otions, but that's what they need to. Well, seas, right? They just have to get past the Mediterranean. Shout out. I love the Mediterranean.
What?
Shout out to the Mediterranean. Malta is my favorite place, man. I want to go to Malta.
Malta doesn't want to have
motherfuckers. They are so good. They ended a terrorist attack and like I don't know how to explain it, but there was a hijacking of a plane and it ended so peacefully, like oddly peacefully. It doesn't make sense. And that's like the one.
Why won't you just kill the terrorists?
That's the American way.
That's the right way.
It's cool, right? It's awesome.
You know, if you watch The Punisher, you know that's a half measure. Okay, we don't do
half measures.
We don't do that around here.
Mixing shows. Nico, say my name.
Shut up.
You goddamn right. All right. So moving on from Hannibal.
Maybe you shouldn't use a cane.
The Berlin Wall came down because bureaucratic.
I'm not even looking at it. I want you to know. I just heard it from his voice.
Bureaucratic misspoke. In 1989, East German politician Gunter Schabowski. Oh, I got that right. Schabowski.
How do you know you got it right?
I know. Held a press conference explaining some minor revisions to the travel code. His speech mistakenly implied that travel restrictions were being completely removed. Hearing this, a reporter asked when the changes would take effect. Schabowski shrugged and said, "Immediately, right away." The press ran with the story and travelers swarmed the border and demanded passage. Rather than deal with the full-on riot, the lazy motherfuckers let the wall come down. Laziness actually saves democracy, saves things.
I don't know though. What did the wall coming down save democracy? Wasn't the fallout of the wall coming down still like a shit ton of issues?
Oh, probably.
People were like, "That's it. Communist is done. We won." Yeah. Communism. China, you're next.
Jeez, don't just. I mean, I know we can't stream over there due to their
It's not like
they're bad.
It's not like they're the loudest anti-communist sentiment to end up over there.
but there's Chinese over in Nico who are gonna listen to this, and they're going to report us.
You. No,
we love you. We love you guys.
But if you report us.
We no longer don't make
if you report
you
us,
watch yourself here.
You're a coward. That's cowardice. Anybody who you want to get mad at us, send us a hateful message on Snapchat or not on Snapchat. Well, we have a Snapchat, don't we? No, we don't have a Snapchat. We'll get a Snapchat so you can send it. But we have a Twitter.
No. We got a Tumblr.
Yeah, so send us a hateful message that has no and we'll Google Translate it if you don't speak English.
Absolutely. Now let's get back to.
I don't know how you'd understand that whole sentiments if it's kind of like I'm sign languaging for all the blind people. Like that. I saw a Twitter message. Somebody puts a Twitter message with like hand signals, like from my blind followers. Like how will they read it? It's in sign language, idiot. Of course they can read it. Actually, dude, I saw this thing like it's like a watch and it has like bumps on it for people to read the time, and I was like, I want that for myself because I feel like that'd actually be better to tell time with.
Like just to make sure.
Because then you could tell time without having to look down. You just look like a weird guy running your wrist, but it's like,
oh, that's a good point.
It's like a spy.
Oh, it'd be cool though if there was a feature on that on normal clocks where you actually just press it. So you have a normal watch that doesn't look like a weird fucking watch, but on the side, right? So let's say you're going like this, just scratching your wrist or something, or just rubbing against your wrist like some supervillain, and you're checking like, oh, I've been talking to this motherfucker way too long, and then you're like, oh, I gotta take a piss, and you walk outside. They suddenly don't want to talk to you.
That sounds like something that could be a minor issue, a little thing that causes some magic. Like, imagine if they had to like time a military attack. And this guy is like rubbing his wrist. He misses a bump, and he's like, "Yes, we'll attack at 6:15." It's 6:15. Attack, and like they completely botched it. It's like literally just botched it all the way up. It's like, okay, just use a regular watch. You're not blind. Why the hell you just don't look down?
Well, maybe though, what would happen is it ends up on this list, and suddenly everything went well.
Are blind people allowed to are making the military?
I do not think so.
There's plenty of positions that blind people are going to be
infantry.
Frontline infantry.
You don't need your sight. I tell you where to shoot, and I point your gun that way.
What if the best version of a marine sniper is actually a blind person? Because they don't get tricked by what they're seeing.
Boom.
They their spotter tells them, and they know.
They adjust. Yeah.
Dude, they would have to have a lot of spatial
awareness,
like memory and awareness.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they could do it. I want to see it.
Or elocution.
Like electrocution? Echolocation, you idiot.
Oh my god!
You're like a beluga whale. You should know this.
I look like a beluga whale, guys.
Look up beluga whale. Actually, I'm going to see what the first picture from beluga whale is.
Okay, while he's fucking with me. Oh, man. And then fucking Ronald Reagan.
Okay, the second picture.
Mr. Gorbovich or whatever your fucking name is.
I'm just cutting this off.
Tear
The second
down
picture.
this wall that we helped put up.
Yes. The second picture of beluga whale, if you look up beluga whale on Google, the second picture, like to the right, after the one that's like, you see the full body, that's Guigo, right there.
Is the full body just not me either?
No, that other one, he really encompasses the laziness and the.
So imagine a beluga whale with a panda belly and.
No, I think this one does. Or no, even the one all the way to the right, that one, like the fifth one. So for those at home who want to be participating inside, this is definitely how you can follow along.
Or if you're driving.
Or if you're driving, turn on your Tesla Autopilot and let it crash for you.
Hey, we talked about this. Tesla is awesome. And people,
Tesla's
if you're you see what your problem is, people, is that you need you need a sense of control. That's your problem. You can't handle the lack of control. Well, let me tell you, people, you really lack control in the world. You don't have the control. You don't have power. So just thinking that you could have control over something that's more likely to kill you because you're in control of it, it's stupid. Let the Tesla drive for you. It's statistically better.
But that's why you're supposed to pay attention, though.
Shut up.
By paying attention, you make sure you combine both the minds.
A missing key led to the sinking of the Titanic. Right before the Titanic...
Sounds like a pretty good thing.
Right before the Titanic sailed, the company that ran the cruise decided to... Was it a cruise?
Yeah.
It wasn't just a...
What'd you think it was? Yeah, all these people with suits and crap and like a freaking orchestra, and it's like just a regular ship.
There was no swimming pool.
That's the ocean.
I thought it was like a liner, like how do I explain? Like not a cruise, not for fun. It was actually transportation. It took you. They didn't have planes.
Well,
right?
I don't. It's not like a cruise, you know. I think it's a cruise ship, by definition. I think.
Decided to replace the ship's second officer, David Blair. Isn't that David Blair? Isn't that a fucking prime minister? Or no, I'm like Obama, the president of the England.
Obama is the president of England?
No, no.
England has a president? Obama's British?
He said the president of Canada once, just like Bush said many things,
and
just
you're
like,
acting like that's a problem.
Just like Trump said the whole. President of the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Wait, but that's different.
Everybody says that. I don't think so. I feel there's much better reasons to not like Trump or to be against him if you are or not. And that one is a really stupid one. Like, guys, you make yourself look ridiculous if you take that route.
They both mean the exact same thing, so there actually is no issue.
Oh, fuck you. With the more experienced Charles Light-Toller. But Blair neglected to give Light-Toller the key to the locker that contained the binoculars.
Oh, guys, is that an iceberg? Get the binoculars. I can't see it for sure.
Look out, Fred Fleet. That's a weird name.
Fred Fleet.
He was made to be out in the ships, except not.
Did he die?
Apparently not, unless he told somebody and then died. Right?
What if he was a badass, like, swum all over? What if somebody swam?
Yeah.
Swum.
Wim Hof. Fucking Wim Hof was on a Titanic. It'd be nothing.
He's just chilling there, like...
He jumps in the water before.
Whoa, you're freaking crazy, dude! What the hell are you doing?
Brave motherfucker.
What is he, a vampire?
No, he...
1, 2... 1, 2, 3 breaths. Oh my god. That's probably copyrighted. So.
At what point do you not like just try to get binoculars out of there? You know, it's a ship so expensive.
Wait, why do you have to lock binoculars away?
No, it's a locker, so you probably have a lot of things in lockers.
But they said that one specifically had binoculars. What on a ship? What else can you use to look far away?
But imagine if it was in a room and the room was locked. You know, a locker just keeps things locked up, and a ship is moving back and forth.
Who the hell's been robbing your damn binoculars that you need to lock it up?
Motherfucking binocular piece. Have you not heard of them?
Did you know that the Titanic was actually a huge binocular freaking job? Like 50,000 binoculars were stolen off the Titanic.
Did you not know that?
No, that's 100% true.
Oh, and then there was a lady who survived all 3 sinkings, like the Titanic and the other 2 that no one remembers. Yeah, she lived the Titanic, got on the other one, that sank. She lived that, got on the other one, and lived that. She's crazy.
See, some people would say, "Oh man, she's so lucky she survived all of it." But you know what? The real people would say, she's the most unlucky person. Death is trying to kill her, and she's getting out of this.
This is a Final Destination thing happening over.
I mean, it kind of was
reversed Final Destination.
You know what? I'm actually kind of glad we have global warming today, because we got back on all those damn icebergs who sunk all our ships.
Exactly.
This is revenge.
Duh. I mean, that's what we're doing.
I saw this one picture online. It was like a version of the Titanic. Like it was the Titanic crashed into an iceberg, but on the iceberg there's like a ton of penguins, and it's like the same thing happened to them too. They also sunk and like the penguins died. As long as
penguins dying. Woo!
There was no freaking penguins on the thing.
Okay,
that's Antarctica.
Dummy.
No, they're all over. They're in a whole weird place. There's like ones in Australia too. I don't like those though. I think those are the ones like the weird eyelashes, like looking like fashionistas. I'm not a fan.
Your anthropomorphism. I can never fucking say that. Anthropomorphism is like
anamorphism.
So rude to animals. Constantinople.
Istanbul,
Sing it.
No.
Istanbul,
it's copyrighted, Guigo. No!
Oh no!
No! But this is free.
No, satire. Make 80% of it satire. Go. Actually, no, it's not 80%. It's a whole nother thing.
Constantinople to Istanbul.
Oh yeah, we're taking the return trip. Woohoo! Constantinople was defeated because of an unlocked gate. It's also how I got broke into.
That's how I got fired. In
the Middle Ages, that time back in the day, the city of Constantinople was the citadel. I thought it said chatted. Citadel in the Eastern Roman Empire. If it survived 1,000 years worth of sieges. In 1450...
Rainbow Six Siege just had a new update today for all those who are wondering. It just went live. Operation Parabellum. Just had to cut you off there. Go.
In 1453, Sultan Mehmed.
You know the problem with your pronunciation thing? You're trying to add like flair, and then you
Sultan
for the things they,
Mehmed.
and then you mispronounce words, so no one knows what's going on.
I think it's Mehmed.
Ahmed?
No, Mehmed. It's Mehmed, but he's
Mehmed.
Ottoman Empire. Was that in the area of Arabs?
That would be the Middle East.
Yeah. Okay. So Mehmed.
Well, Constantinople was in Turkey. What? Turkey? Who the hell named that country?
I like how Arabic has that.
Istanbul, and then it just says Turkey. Iran, Iraq, Syria, all these unique names. It's like
Turkey.
No,
Turkey, that's messed up because as Americans, it doesn't... We took it. Yes. We name our birds.
We didn't take it. We had it the whole time.
Were turkeys called turkey? Okay.
Why when I look up turkey, I don't get pictures of alive turkeys, I get pictures of cooked turkeys as well. That's good.
It's very American.
That's dark. Turkeys are fucking...
So Sultan
they're so cute.
Mehmed
I should eat
the
turkeys.
second of the Ottoman Empire attacked. A couple of months into the siege, somebody forgot to lock Constantinople's Kirkcudbright Gate. No, the
I doubt it's the Kurt Cobain bank.
Kirkaporta Gate. The Kirkcudbright Gate.
You're trying your best out here. It's
and
okay.
You don't 16. That was all
free.
Mehmed's army needed to pillage the city and enslave its people. Woohoo!
What a guy.
What a guy.
You know what? Hands off to Ahmed. Sorry for missing.
His name is not Ahmed.
What is it?
That is racist. It's Mehmed.
Oh my god. If somebody mispronounced my name, Nico, I wouldn't be like, "You're a racist."
No, but Ahmed is like, it's common.
Mehmed is common? How many Mehmeds have you met in the past week? I'm sorry, we don't live in Turkey. Don't know.
I was gonna look it up.
Now, I can guess the name of the guy who did not lock the gate. I guarantee it was a Henry. This was, I don't know why, but I think Henrys be fucking up all the time. If your name is Henry, just tell me. Have you guys messed up? Yeah, probably have. Henry.
Henry.
What a guy.
Fuck.
Henry, why did you not lock the gate?
God damn it, Henry.
Could you imagine just like, you're like, oh, I forgot to lock the gate. I have to go back and lock it. And then like you come back and there's like freaking 5,000 just Ottoman Empire soldiers like standing inside. And you're like,
oh.
Shit. And then you're just like, praise to Allah. And then you're like, I was an inside job the whole time. I unlocked the door for you guys.
It was me the whole time.
And then like, yeah, that's how you get in. I would figure it'd be like, oh darn, yeah, time to turn to the other side.
Exactly.
We're cowards to the end.
Oh, speaking of Arabic, if there's any Arabic listeners, I'm gonna fuck this one up too. But Assalamu alaikum. Maybe I did it wrong, but
see the problem.
Best try.
I think the problem is like the thing is when people try to pronounce things, and I had the same thing. It's like when you try to pronounce something, you put your pronunciation voice in, where you really enunciate. Like, if you're trying to pronounce Google, but like you're doing like an enunciation thing, be like Google. And then you're like pronouncing Guigo's name. It's like Guigo.
Guigo. It's spelled Guigo, huh?
Yeah, it is Guido.
Yeah. Bonjour.
You are a Guido.
Shut up. Kissed la.
That's not a.
Vai. Okay.
Jeez, some of the racist terms in the past kind of just become like so. They're so like they just die in the past. I don't know actually. I don't know if Guido still uses derogatory.
Yankee.
But like they die out and they just kind of like it's when you use them now. It's like oh
redcoat.
Yeah, like redcoat. You know what? That's not an insult.
People. Well, it is.
Why?
Know.
How's it an insult?
How many people do you see wearing a red coat and not insulted? If you're wearing a red coat right now,
don't listen.
Screw you, red coat.
Go back to your own country. Get out. We won the war, so you can't stay. There's not a lot of racism towards Britain yet.
Nope.
I don't know why I said yet. It's coming back.
Nationalism.
That's why we got one in.
We lost the Mars climate orbiter because the engineers worked in inches. Because
it makes them
feel better, seem bigger.
Yeah. Wait, no, it doesn't. Centimeters are better.
Oh yeah, because of bigger number. All you Europeans, I know why you're doing it.
What are you doing?
Oh no, but that's why Americans are so, like rule the world.
That's why we're so great.
Because
that's why it's the best.
We constantly think it's smaller, so we want to compensate.
They may have the metric system, but we have freedom units.
Measured in eagles.
Measured in eagles. Now,
burgers.
How long is that car? I'm like, it's about 16 eagles. That's how we measure things in the States. If you guys are not from the States, and those who are, guys,
our Japanese friends, yes.
That's how everything's measured in eagles. You're gonna have an issue.
Eagles.
You don't. Super Bowls, they're measured in one eagle.
Everything is measured in eagles.
Yes. Even the eagles.
Okay.
Eagles are measured in other eagles.
The Lockheed Martin team that built the jet thrusters in 1999, the year that The Matrix and Fight Club came out, shout out, worked in the Imperial system rather than the metric system and didn't tell NASA.
Who's NASA?
NASA.
Who's NASA?
NASA. NASA.
See, here's the problem with this. You don't pronounce
NASA. The NASA.
Fucking NASA, man. Dude, they're the real OGs. The real space travel OGs. Are they the first?
Not always.
I feel like somebody's
not always straight. Not always straight.
Always.
Not
always straight Americans. NASA.
Wow. Roundabout way.
Don't you know they're as crooked as a...
Are you making just jokes now?
That's a bow. I don't know what's crooked. That's crooked as a politician.
No, you're saying what's straight.
Yeah, no, right? But I said as crooked as.
Yeah, but okay. The orbiter went so wackily off course. What? The orbiter went so wackily off course that NASA just gave up. It's listed as assumed loss. Gave up. This is our fucking tax dollars.
It's like $4 billion. It's like, guys,
fuck
I know. We tried our best to give up.
Tried our best, but we don't succeed.
Fuck it. No, maybe they billed everybody for $4 billion, but they actually didn't even send it up.
I'm gonna give a shout out to 9 Inch Nails. There's a great song called "Gave Up." Oh, also Linkin Park's shout out too. May he rest in peace.
Rest in peace. That one's we're not making no jokes. I miss him.
There's a song called "Gave Up," and I guess there's a song coming out by NASA called "We Gave Up." Probably the same. Ooh, okay.
We got to the moon first too.
The CIA, guys. I'm gonna get killed one of these days because of all my hatred towards the CIA. Because I know the truth. The Bay of Pigs, the Bay of Pigs invasion failed because the Pentagon forgot about time zones. What a fucking idiot! Bullshit. It failed because they wanted it to fail.
What was that thing like Archer? He's like, you send a bunch of unarmed, untrained militiamen on a beach and they just get wrecked. Something like that.
Something like that.
Shout out to Archer.
The plan
the guy
for
who voices him is so like looks more like Bob's Burgers to me.
Oh yeah, I totally. I see Bob instead of Archer. I mean, Archer's great, but Bob's Burgers, shout out. But yeah. Oh, the never mind. The plan for the 1961 invasion of Cuba was a two-pronged attack, like a snake tongue. Ground troops and air support working together. Why is the snake tongue like that? Do you know?
Probably just for more surface area. Also fork.
Makes sense.
Is their body
sharp?
No. Their body is the knife.
Interesting.
They're dining.
Unfortunately, the Pentagon. Why is it unfortunately? Would it be a good thing?
For the
invade Cuba.
Why would it not be? They were a communist country at the time, so at the time,
automatically bad.
Well, no.
Listen, I'm not for communism. I'm not a Bolshevik bitch.
You Bolshevik bitch.
But I'm just saying, you know.
We should hear him out. We should eat 1 grain of bread for a whole year. Like, come on, man. Win a war one day.
Win one.
Win one freezing cold war.
If you could do that, then we'll think, oh, okay.
Then they're like, Vietnam War. We won that.
But that's what happened. World War II, the massive victories by the Soviets influence all the people.
Yeah,
they're like, hey.
They're like 4
if they can win, we can win too.
They're like massive amount of soldiers who died. They basically just threw people at cannon fodder.
I think what happens is
rest in peace to those guys. I'm sorry.
It's a good idea, but it gets fucked up by corruption, which is why more and more places in Europe is adapting democratic socialism, which I think it's like basically you set up your bottom line to be fine, right? You make sure people aren't homeless, they're not hungry, they're
France.
Good, right? And then once that bottom line is good, then you have it open. You can get fucking stinky rich as much as you want, as long as the bottom line is able to function. Because if the bottom line's not able to function, that's when you get shit that brings the whole thing crumbling down.
Okay, so
unfortunately, the Pentagon neglected to take the time difference between Nicaragua and Cuba into account.
Because we're based on freedom time. So unfortunately, when you're dealing with a communist country, you have to base it on communist time, or poor time, or horrible time, or garbage time.
Basically,
end of times.
Whatever time America says it is that time.
I don't care if you're in China, Japan. It's always 8 a.m. Eastern time.
You listen to this in Japan, look outside. It's the time I say it is.
It's always between Eastern and Pacific time, and that's not what you get.
Into account. And the fighter jets arrived an hour late. They couldn't just turn around and come back?
Wait, fighter jets are pretty damn fast, so they couldn't guys, we need them to arrive early. They're no.
Could they just, I mean, if they were dropping bombs, why not just...
Wait, how did they not take into account? How did one arrive before the other? Even if you're not taking into account,
I don't know.
Oh, I know. The militiamen started earlier than the ships arrived because they made them leave at a different time than the people who were there started at.
But you could totally turn that into a good thing.
You could bomb your own troops.
No.
Well, didn't the militiamen already lose by the time that...
No, I know one thing, how do you attack a place is you keep bombing it at intervals. So you bomb the shit out of a place, then a bunch of people come there to try to save people and provide paramedics, right? And it creates a whole crime scene. Then you bomb them again. And then they have to do it over and over again until they give up. And then the people die slowly, and it's totally demoralizing. All right, next one. One missed switch led to the rioting in New York City in the worst year. This year was, you had Summer of Sam going around.
Who's
or
Sam?
no, it's the Summer of Sam with the... No, Summer of Sam is his name. That's a weird fucking...
Who's Sam?
Sam is a serial killer.
Oh, that dude.
He used to have slick hair and...
what a dude.
Actually, yesterday I was watching... I wasn't watching videos on the dark web, but I was watching a guy who does reactions to dark web videos.
What the...
Holy fucking shit. I saw one. If you people know what it is I killed them. Then another note that says, you'll never find me. Holy shit. That was...
I just want you guys to know, I don't hop on the dark web. I stay on the light web.
Light web. The easy web.
The nice web. The child-safe web.
No. In July 1977, lightning struck the New York Con Edison facility. Oh my god, the New York Con Edison facility. It's like they know Edison stole the shit. The Con Edison facility. Right. In order to restore the power, the operator needed to flip several switches in a certain order. The operator missed one switch. Fucking Henry.
Fucking another Henry, dude.
And Con Ed Jesus, went completely offline, even though for 25 hours, one more hour than a day. Between the summer,
they can do the math.
Oh, that's the thing I noticed with Kratos, right? Or Thanos. In the thing, he was like, look what I've been able to do in a day. And it's like, you were fucking going through space. How do you know what a day on Earth?
Yeah, wait, he didn't come from America. He knows freedom time, so he always operated
on freedom time. He's American.
He has the freedom to wipe out half the universe. He's a true American.
True American. I mean, we're doing that right now.
He knows that there's not enough oil for the rest of these countries and other people in other worlds. Needs to cut it down a bit. So
between the summer heat and the lack of power, New York City descended into looting, arson, and vandalism.
That seems like a weird overreaction. It's like the Purge, you know?
I'm hot and I don't have energy.
I'm hot and I'm sweaty and I'm gonna kill some people.
Okay, guys, it's a fucking heat wave and you're arsoning.
No, then again, here's the thing though. You got to think about it. Like people, once they get when the power turns out, the people who are like normal, they're just not gonna do anything. They're just like, they're just gonna wait, maybe get a fans or wave themselves, do something, go to pool. I don't know, cover themselves, stay outside with the hose. Then people who know how the fact that they don't have lights, it makes it easier to break in and rob. So that explains the looting.
Right.
The arson. It's harder to track you down in the dark and pitch black.
So all these arsonists, all these
basically it's like the perfect opportunity. It's the perfect
pyromaniacs let loose.
See, here's the thing: the Purge. People always. Whenever I think it was oh, it's not gonna be that bad. It only takes 5 crazy psychopaths to think, man, it's free.
Yeah, and it's a snowball.
But anything you do before, as we discussed before, is plotting the murder, and that's a crime.
You could just conspiracy. All over the place.
That's how you get everybody.
That's how we get you. Or I thought of one, it's the guy shoots the other guy and the cop comes in, hey, did you just shoot that guy? And it's like, no, I did it before. It's like, okay. All right.
Oh, okay. I'll let this one slide.
And then he shoots him on the ground when the cop goes away. It's like, hey, you just shot that guy. That's desecration of a dead body. And the guy's like, dude, let it slide. Come on. I mean, the purge just happened. Come on. And the cop's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, see you next purge. Yeah, that's the kind of, and who tracks when the purge ends? Like, if you have, like, the person in your house and the purge ends, you're not just like if I'm going out of my way to kill somebody and like there's like the purge just ended, I'm not like this is like overtime, you know, like the Super Bowl. I'm like going in to finish the job.
I wonder if anybody would like
it's regular crime.
I wonder if anybody would like follow a cop around and just do a bunch of crimes near the cop, like just to
and you trust this cop not to just. He has no crimes either.
No, but he can't kill you because...
Yes, he can.
No, cops aren't allowed.
Yeah, they are.
No, it's just said police officers, politicians, and then hospitals are not allowed.
Do you remember Purge 2 when the guy he was a police officer and he got shotguns and crap and went around killing people?
Yeah, broke the rules.
No.
Descended into...
There's no laws.
The congressional study estimates that $300 million in damage was done. Is it damage if you loot?
Yeah.
Is it considered damage? Because you're not damaging it. You just
I'm keeping it. Well, but
you're just not earning.
You don't break into a place without breaking something.
Okay, but maybe just get cheaper glass. And vandalism. Well, we know that.
Vandals. I hate to say it.
I always wonder when people get angry, so then they riot in their area. Which I don't want to offend people, but I'm going to. The LA riots. I've seen videos of the LA riots, and it's always in the places where people live. Like, why to go somewhere else? Why would you riot in your own town?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, I mean...
What, bus prices are pretty expensive? Taxis?
Nobody wants to walk.
How are we going to get... Oh, how am I going to get all these people to riot
over
from
there?
This area to over here?
Might as well riot here.
Why would I not just riot where the people are? Why would I... And then your house gets, like, destroyed, lit on fire. You're like, God darn it, guys. This is my riot. I started it. And you're going to ruin my house? So mean. Don't root.
The Hessians...
Don't root for
the
riots.
Hessians lost at Trenton because they didn't read a warning note. It was almost like a rhyme. The Hessians lost it.
Shut up.
The Hessians lost
Guigo.
the Trenton because they didn't read
I'll turn off your monitor.
Warning note. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, carry on.
It was the American Revolution, and Washington famously in the whole world, crossed the Delaware.
I think most people know.
In winter to defeat
At
the
least Americans.
Hessian soldiers who held the town of Trenton. As it happens, a loyalist farmer spotted the move and sent a warning note to Hessian commander Johann Gottlieb.
Yeah, the Hessians were like German mercenaries.
How do you say that in like a German?
Johann?
Johann Gottlieb Roll.
Gottlieb Roll. I don't know. Johann Gottlieb Roll.
Ich non spreek Dutch.
Ich non speak the Deutsch.
There you go, actually. Raoul never read it. It was found unopened in his pocket after he died in the battle. Oh, shit.
Yeah, but what weren't
That's
I'm pretty sure the Hessians were like partying or something and they were drunk and shit. And then like the Americans came and they're like, ha, got him.
The Irish would handle it.
That's their normal state.
We'll get them when they're drunk. No, dude. No, don't do it.
We tried that last year. We lost our whole army. They were like perfectly normal.
Stereotypes. We love you guys.
We love you guys.
492 people died in a fire because of door hinges.
I thought you were going to say Dory. Our fucking Dory forgot how to keep track of the damn fire department. And then the freaking fires just got out of hand and we didn't have any fire department.
I like how you're like, It was 1942 and the Coconut Grove in Boston was packed. A busboy was groping in the dock to find an electrical...
You said groping.
Groping.
Groping's not the word.
That's what you call... I've seen it before where when you don't know what you're doing, you're groping, which is like that. I know it's used like we know it's used, but it's also used in this game.
It's such a weird how these are the kind of words that really shouldn't be used for each other. Feel or about or search blindly for or suddenly with the hands.
Yeah.
Or feel or fondle somebody for sexual pleasure, especially against their will.
Shit, you can do it at the same time. There you go. In the dark to find an electrical outlet and lit a match. This match caused a fire that spun wildly out of control in moments. The patrons rushed Park the car in Harvard Yard. All right. The patrons rushed the doors, but those doors swung inward.
You can't do
I
it.
can't fucking do it.
Just say normal. Nobody understands. I'll turn off your monitor.
I got her number. How do you like them apples? I can't fucking do it. But those doors swung inward. So by pressing against the doors, the panicked mob actually blocked the exit and prevented their own escape.
Bro, no one would just break the freaking door.
Nobody just. Oh man, one thing that scares me is being crushed to death. Like that is like I imagine
Pussy.
it. Like
Pussy shit.
You a coward.
You're gonna coward? You know?
No, but there was a thing in an English soccer game, a football game, football. Where
Football.
they were trying to get into the stadium. I think it was in England.
Football.
And there were just so many people trying to get in, and they weren't letting anybody in. And the people in the front were pressed against a gate. I'm making weird hand signals.
That doesn't seem like the kind of things.
They were pressed against the gate, and people died that way.
Get wrecked.
That is, Nico, R.I.P. But that's fucked up, man. I just picture like a death, like you're crawling in like a small hole underground and just, but you're still alive until you die. Ugh.
How about like 127 hours?
No, that's a little different. You're stuck, but you're not buried.
I mean, here's something. I think the worst part for me getting crushed to death, it'd be like I'd get an itch somewhere, and then I would be like, ah, why? No, not like this, not like this. Anything but this.
The Matrix. Not like.
No, there was that movie. I think I saw like there was like a dramatization of 9/11 where like they had the firefighters, and there's that one firefighter,
with Nick Cage, and
that one
Michael
who got
Pena.
like had the thing collapse on his chest.
Oof.
I mean, you know,
Shout out.
badasses.
I think it was called World
the
Trade
end.
Center, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I think imagine being in 9/11, like in the
general.
World Trade Center, so it would have been just because even if you didn't like, here's the thing: the living longer might be bad, but like the getting an airplane to hit a building that you're in, because the problem is like when you're above where the airplane hit, at that point I would just be like, I really would not know what to do. What's the game plan? That's why I'm gonna bring a parachute to me whenever I go to skyscrapers because I'm like,
you are disturbing.
This is my
Your sense of humor is dark.
There's this kind of what's it called? Like the bug out bag. Like people always prepare for like the worst.
Oh yeah, no.
You gotta if you go to high places.
I have my own like somewhat of a.
If you're going to a high place, Grand Canyon, something like that, get a freaking parachute. You don't know.
And a wingsuit.
Then again, I think the problem is the building also fell, which also would cause some issues to your parachuting. Because then I jump out and I just see it going my direction. I'm like, oh my, I'm supposed to. Like, it's that thing where like you're gonna die. I don't know. Anybody knows that thing?
Have you ever been in that situation?
Yeah, you're gonna die, and you're just like, what? Really? Like this?
Fuck, man.
Like this?
Yeah, wasn't that in like the core when the guy was like, he was like doing. He was recording himself talking into the thing, and he's like, "What the fuck am I doing?" He puts it down and laughs and explodes.
So yeah, rip to all those who died on 9/11. I'm sorry, that's probably a bad way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, being on the airplane also would have been pretty shitty because,
as well.
Could you imagine just looking out the window and you just see like, wait a minute, we're in a city, aren't we? Oh wait, they got hijacked, so they would have known. They wouldn't know what's going on. I mean, I'm not trying to say, oh, why didn't you stand up and like attack them? But like, I mean, plane getting hit, dying in a plane crash, getting shot to death. There are some weird things, you know. Did they actually? They didn't have guns, did they? They had like box cutters. I thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
Those are personally, I think it's actually more. I think it's worse to get stabbed to death than to be shot to death.
Yeah, I could see that. Depends what kind of bullets are used.
Freaking the smallest bullets, just like 22 millimeters, just like ah.
No, but
why?
What's the bullets that explode.
Explode?
Not
But that could kill you instantly.
Not explode, but the one that
Hollow point?
hollow point.
But what if it goes
That's
into your
like-
chest? And like right here in your heart.
Yeah. Okay, but if you
You'll
don't get
die.
shot there, if you get shot somewhere else, it's like shrapnel, just
Yeah, but it'd kill you faster than getting
kind
stabbed.
of like multiple knives going at you at full speed. Just
Not really.
yeah, that's
It's so fast.
a hollow point.
Knives aren't that fast, Gio.
No, but
And you wouldn't feel the individual thing slicing you. It's
no.
hollow
What?
points
They're
are-
gonna fucking Hannibal Lecter like slowly go through you.
Maybe. What did that happen?
Great.
Stabbed to death.
Shout
Shout Shout out to being stabbed.
2 airplanes
Don't do it.
disintegrated
That's a strange word.
mid-air because they had square windows.
Stupid. Really?
The
I see. They're like, Dave, Henry, what kind of windows should we have for this airplane?
Motherfucker.
Dude, it should be square windows are pretty cool.
Why am I reading these? The de Havilland comet was
Decathlon?
No, Havilland comet. Havilland,
I don't know what you're talking
Havilland comet was a state-of-the-art 1950s jetliner. In 1954, 2 of them exploded in the air, killing 54 people.
Oh,
That's why I was
sorry,
experts,
guys.
experts determined that the
women.
corners of the plane's square windows were weak points that cracked under pressure.
Just
And
like
that's
me.
why modern planes have rounded windows. Oh, that's interesting. Learn something.
I didn't know I was a window.
Learn from mistakes, right?
You know, that's something. I mean, I'm not usually afraid of like a window exploding because I feel like it's such a low chance. But like sometimes when I'm like, I don't ever have the window seat because like I like having the
Dumb.
aisle because I usually have to take a piss on the plane and I hate being that guy's like, yeah, can I step by you and like freaking step on their feet, fall on them. Like I get nose to the butt crack, something like that. It's weird, you know. You don't want that to happen to you, so you sit in the aisle,
One.
and then you control the flow of the. Of your...
It's mine.
Now you control it. You get the aisle.
I gotta go first.
Yeah, I get to go first, then they get to go. So, but like, imagine just like if the window opened up next to me. It's like one of those things. Like you just don't know what to do. Like what? I don't want to. I don't want to get up and try to get away because then I might just like get sucked out the window. But I don't want to be next to this bullshit, like right next to me.
Oh.
So I think I would like grab the guy next to me and kind of try to use his body as like a kind of plunger, you know? Like,
Yeah, but then the audience will hate you like San Andreas. I fucking hated that.
I didn't.
The fucking guy, first of all, he sees people aren't used to seeing such destruction and dead bodies, just stuff like that.
He was.
He goes into shock. And then when he sees a fucking wave, he throws a guy off the of the pipe. Now on one hand, you can help each other.
Yeah,
But on the
I
other
think
hand,
the problem is like it's kind of like
oh, good for you, sir. You know.
What was that?
What?
I heard like a large popping.
Oh.
Hopefully you guys can hear
Good
that
for
popcorn.
you, sir. Good for you. You take that pipe. I am gonna step. Doesn't make sense. I'd throw the fucking guy off.
No, you wouldn't.
I would try to
You're
help.
too
yeah.
socially awkward for that. You'd be like, Mr. Sir.
Sir, can I come in there, sir?
No, yeah, like most of the people be like,
Fuck off!
they're like they want to ask the guy for help, and they're like, you know what? I don't really want to bother this guy. I'm just gonna die to this wave.
I did not like San Andreas.
No, Gio, remember that guy also left the daughter, the stepdaughter.
No, that's what I'm saying. But it was in shock,
And then
it
he-
was stepdaughter.
And then no, Gio,
it isn't blood related. Like
it doesn't matter.
no, it does. Like
Oh,
blood
look,
related.
Look, she dies.
Blood related has a whole nother.
Okay, it's still a person. eh?
Geological part.
It's still a person. Eh?
Yeah, it's still a person. That's why at the
You know what?
end
I
they
would
just
grope him.
crushed this motherfucker,
I
and
would
everybody's
grope
like,
him.
"Woo!"
I would grope him.
Yeah, celebrate this guy's death. Woohoo!
I was glad.
Assholes. A single sensor caused a stealth bomber to crash.
Not very stealthy.
Technicians servicing the stealth bombers station in Guam in 2008 failed to notice the moisture building up.
Was it so it was too moist, is what they're saying?
It's too moist from all the surface.
Very moist surface. Stealth bombers, you know, you hate to get your stealth bomber moist.
Moist.
I'm sorry that our stealth bomber got
Moist.
so moist it crashed.
Yes, it moist.
Moistened.
If you
For those that are
Moist.
home, look up the word moist.
Do not. Or maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Just the definition.
As it turns out, those air sensors feed data to the stealth bomber's flight control system. The malfunctioning sensors caused the bomber to take off prematurely, then crash. Fortunately, the pilots ejected safely. Just as a reminder, stealth bombers cost 1.4 billion American tax dollars.
So being too moist can cause your pilots to eject.
Okay, let's look at this thing.
Did you not hear me?
What?
being too moist can cause your pilots to eject early.
No, that's what I was. Okay, Jesus.
Calm your hands down. Calm down.
Servicing.
Smacks Mike.
Moist. Building up. Prematurely ejected. Somebody wrote this in a specific manner.
I mean, sucks to be that stealth bomber.
Or the bomber guy inside.
No, they ejected.
Oh, there was a guy. So there was a pilot.
Pontius Pilate.
Pilate.
Pontius Pilate.
So he was flying this plane and it started to stall, and then it's gonna crash, and he landed safely into a field, but it was like it could have caused a big crash. Turns out some young motherfucker, probably named Henry, forgot to fill up the gas tank, so it barely had any fuel in it.
Wait, you don't check that immediately after you lift off?
I don't know. So
never once they was like, I got no fuel.
This guy went back to the place, right? And Henry thought like, oh shit, they're gonna fire me. I'm gonna get so in trouble. He was like super scared. And this guy went up. It's like, I want you to fuel my plane every single time. And the Henry asked like, why is that? And the guy said, because I know you'll never mess up again. And then he died.
And then he messed up several more times, and this pilot had to land safely every time.
But he didn't give up on him.
He didn't give up.
And then he overfilled it, and the thing exploded.
And he died. And his last will was to kill him.
I would follow.
For revenge.
A loose bolt caused the destruction of the Soviet N-1 moon rocket.
Sounds like a good thing.
Oh, here we go. Probably people dying.
Oh,
no, never mind. Maybe? I don't know.
Oh, is there a dog in there? In that case, that's not okay.
What? It was 1969, and the Soviets were aiming for the moon with their 9-1 rocket. No, N1.
They were aiming for the moon. What, they gonna not nuke the moon? What? This time we take out the moon.
A single.
That's not even a Russian accent.
Take it to the moon.
Take out the moon.
You German here?
Take out the moon. Yeah.
Get out of here. You probably have to lose a Henry in Russian.
What? What's Henry in Russian?
A single loose bolt got sucked into a fuel pump and caused the rocket to explode 20 seconds into its flight. The resulting fireball was one of the largest artificial non-nuclear explosions in human history. Jesus.
Dude, they accomplished something very impressive.
Damn, man.
That's the best accomplishment I've ever seen. Dude, fireball like that?
Fireball. I don't care if it's copyrighted. Great song.
Yo, this is free. They can't copyright you for using content in your free things.
Okay. A printing error made adultery mandatory in 1631.
I thought it was.
Was it not?
Was it not?
Printers Robert Barker and Martin Lewis, not Martin Lawrence, Lucas, accidentally left the "not" out of the 7th Amendment in the printing of the King James Bible, giving a big thumbs up to adultery. When King Charles first found out, he stripped the printers of their business license, fined them a year's wages, and ordered all copies of the Bible burned. Just 11 copies of the wicked Bible survived.
That's pretty wicked cool.
Seriously, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt commit adultery. I mean, has anybody gonna look at that as like, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not, no, thou shalt commit adultery, thou shalt not steal. Like, Steel? Yeah, steel. Like, at some point, you're noticing there's a lot of knots in there. Why?
Where's the thou shall not do?
Uh,
What thou shall do. I just want to point out here, I just noticed I have the grope definition on here still from like way back in this episode. And the sentence for groping for the informal feel or fondle someone sexually, he was accused of groping office girls. So instead of doing
wow.
like instead of saying he groped office girls or something like that, it was he was accused. Like the sentence is not even like a it's like yep.
It wasn't even, accused. It wasn't even investigated. It was just straight. Oh, and it's also assuming it's a guy who's doing it to a girl, because that's the only way,
Yeah, there's higher rates.
You know how many drunk women have groped me? Way too many.
Way too little.
Anyway, a missing line cost NASA $80 million U.S. taxpayer dollars. Well, actually, I mean, probably someone else's money. It was 1962. Oh, people in Canada, you owe us money. I know you're going to be our fans, but you owe us money. So you just stop talking shit, all right?
What?
They owe us like billions of dollars. Billions? Millions, I don't know.
Yeah, but they have free healthcare.
Because they have all our money.
Because they got all our money. Got this one out of American money.
Give me some of that American money. I don't think you understand how world economics works. I don't care.
American money.
It ain't my buddy, pal. It was 1962, and NASA launched America's first interplanetary probe, Mariner 1. Mariner 1. Its destination was Venus. Or what's what?
Women are for Venus, men are for Mars.
No, what's the Venus and the other religion?
I don't know. I know Mars.
Venus.
Probably like a Venus or shit.
Aphrodite.
Oh, it would be.
Aphrodite. But a single typo in a computer equation caused the spacecraft to veer off its course. Specifically, it was an overbar, a line that goes above a letter or number. And then what I see here is that there's a picture. It says it has an overbar, a dot under the overbar, and there's an R to the power of N. To the power?
Wait, what?
What's that? To the power?
Sub N.
Sub N. Well, fuck you, Mister. I know math. I don't know math. I know other things.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You know nothing.
I know language.
You know nothing.
I know English.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
NASA had to detonate Mariner 1.
Mariner.
5 minutes.
Do you know like the Mariners?
Yeah. You remind me of a 49er because you've been a gold digger since you were a minor. Arthur C. Clarke called the mission wrecked by the most expensive hyphen in history. Wrecked. The
Roasted.
way you use wrecked.
Wrecked. Roasted.
He plays video games.
What up, real guy, dude? He's like all these noobs about.
You guys just got wrecked.
Y'all are just noobs. Freaking NASA noobs.
Okay. I think this one might have people who died. Whatever.
Why do you skip it?
No, I'm not gonna skip it. A late coal delivery caused the largest unintentional man-made explosion on record.
What?
In 1917, a Norwegian Viking ship called the SS Imo had to
I don't speak depression.
It's SS Imo had to sit and wait in Halifax Harbor in Nova Scotia, Canada, because its coal delivery was 2 fucking days late. By the time it was able to depart, like the departed, shout out, a French ship called the Mont Blanc. It wouldn't it?
Mont Blanc. Wait, Mont Blanc, isn't that like a company that just like pens?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Mont Blanc was headed in through the channel
Shout out.
Needed to navigate to get out. I don't know if you want to shout out them too early. Let's see. After unsuccessfully trying to pass one another, both ships made corrections that resulted in a collision. If just one had corrected, they would not have crashed. the Mont Blanc was carrying explosives, which detonated an impact and devastated the harbor and surrounding cities.
So, like...
City.
So, you know, like those times when you're walking down a hallway and there's like a guy there or like somebody else and you're like moving right and they move right and they move left and then all of a sudden you just bump into each other. That's what happened with the ships.
Yeah, except one guy had a bomb on him, so
dude, this guy was heading yeah, that you hate to see it when the terrorist you walk up to and he doesn't want to blow you up, but then you blow him up anyway. You save the day. Accidental save the day. It's a different scenario. So that sucks, you know.
Yeah,
you hate to see it. Yeah. Coal delivery. You know, maybe you shouldn't be using coal.
Yeah, coal.
A Viking ship.
Yes, Norwegian.
All these Vikings are like just trying to survive, and this kept
the fucking French.
The last Viking ship, like it's.
They couldn't just deal with the fact that it was hard to get into their city because of those high walls. They had to fucking blow them up. Okay. Yeah. The Martian mythos.
What kind of dynamite? Wait, was it dynamite, or did they say what kind of explosive?
Didn't say. I'm assuming gunpowder. I don't know. C4, the first C4 delivery. Never before seen. Plastic explosion. Okay.
Ooh, it's pretty big.
The Martian mythos exists because of a single letter. In 1877, Italian astronomer Giovanni Schiaparelli. Oh, fuck, I had to get right the first time.
Giovanni Schiaparelli.
Jesus Christ. Say it in an Italian accent.
Giovanni Schiaparelli.
Not a stereotypical one. Giovanni.
Giovanni, stereotypical. There's no way to say non-stereotypical because we're not Italians.
If you go really loud and go and don't have a compressor.
Just because I had spaghetti in my hand all of a sudden and I put on my pizza making apron. And I
doesn't make me.
And I also was wearing the Italian flag. Does not mean I was trying to be stereotypical.
Just because I left a gun and took the cannolis doesn't mean I'm Italian. Anybody can eat a cannoli. Are you fucking gonna leave a cannoli? I took the fucking gun. Okay.
Shout out to the
Giovanni Schiaparelli observed variations in the terrain on Mars. He used the word canali. He left it there, meaning channels, to describe those trenches. Those trenches. And an American fucked it up. In 1895, American astronomer Percival Lowell, Percival.
Percival?
Lowell. Lowell.
Lowell.
Lowell. Percival Lowell.
Lol. Percival Lol XD.
He misunderstood that word canali to mean
cannolis.
Canals.
No, he misinterpreted to mean cannolis, and he's like, "There's cannolis on Mars, guys. There's so many cannolis," and he's like, "We need to get to Mars." And his great grandson, Elon Musk, is still attempting to get there.
There's cannolis on Mars.
There's cannolis, guys. We gotta get there.
But is there pizza?
No.
No, then we don't want any.
But you have to leave the guns on Earth to take the cannolis.
I can't confess.
He was referring to space travel, how we need to make peace in space in order to achieve greatness, like Kennedy. Didn't the Godfather take place around the Kennedy time?
Well, The Godfather from part 1 to part 3 takes place over a long time, but part 2 takes place Bay of Pigs. So yeah.
So within that scene was. So yeah, that
scene was in the first one.
So he was referring to So that guy was basically the prelude to saying, the reference to Kennedy's how we need to group up to make space travel profitable. You know that kind of. So lead the guns, take the cannolis. We need to leave the guns on the Earth so we can group together and get the cannolis off.
But then fucking Reagan messed that up.
Yeah, man.
Because he loves Star Wars so much.
we need lasers in space. Wait,
well, dude. I mean, it's not wrong. It's just
isn't that like the same plot that Captain America, the Winter Soldier, where they have the ships, the flying aircraft. First of all, Why would you need a flying aircraft carrier? The oceans cover most of the Earth anyway. What does the flying do for you?
Might as well have like a fucking submarine. Be like fucking
A flying submarine?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Why not? Oh, doesn't it come out of the water at one point? Or is that Star Trek?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, it comes out of water.
Avengers 1.
Oh, does it come from on top of the water up?
Yeah.
Oh, because a submarine would fit better. A giant submarine just comes.
Yeah, but then how did you get that submarine to sink?
I don't fucking know. Don't ask me questions.
Wait, did it just fill the thing with helium? Just fills, dude. New issue. Somebody like replaces the oxygen on a submarine with helium. The freaking submarine just starts flying into space, like a damn balloon. It's this fucking torpedo just flying. Everybody's like, "What the hell is going on there?" It's like somebody must have filled the helium.
Well, it depends though, right? Because what if it's filled with hydrogen? It's, you know, hydrogen is flammable.
I said helium.
I know. They don't put heliums on those things. It's hydrogen. Oh, come on.
Yeah, you're not cool.
Come on, you don't get...
Yeah, aren't you? Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Can't
so
get
cool.
that fast enough?
I did, and it was not cool.
Don't shoot. Anyway.
But why would it be a problem? Submarines are made out of metal. They're not flammable.
You're in it.
No one can be inside a thing filled with hydrogen and breathe.
Apparently I can.
If it was fully hydrogen.
So he misunderstood that word to mean canals, which are by definition man-made, or in this case, Martian-made. Lowells, Lowells, isn't it Lowells then? Lowell. Lowell's wild speculation about life on Mars became so entrenched that it inspired works such as War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. It's a really good book, but it's kind of boring.
It is kind of boring.
But I'd recommend it anyway.
All right, guys, if you had fun, we skipped a few of these just for time and also because they're kind of disturbing. So, if you want to read that article, check out Cracked. Look up 21 tiny mistakes that changed history. And also check out other things in Crack. And
like and subscribe.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, guys, if you're listening to this and you like our shit, share it with people. And obviously share it because we want you to share it, but also...
Share it because you want to share
exactly.
it. But if you don't have any friends, then make friends.
Why would you...
For us.
You're mean. So
we need you. No.
Yeah, so if you like our shit, share it around. Share it with people.
Or don't.
Share our shit with people, okay?
Or don't. It's up to you.
Please.
No. Don't do it.
Nico, what are you doing? We need you.
We need you.
All right, so logging off. Thanks to all the people who we shouted out to. I'm not going to list them this time. I'm not that stupid.
Thanks to Japan.
But big thanks to Cracked for Japan for letting me say konnichiwa. Oh, Jesus, that sounded mean. Konnichiwa. I can't do it. Konnichiwa. Yeah, but it's not like that. It's like
konnichiwa.
No. Why you don't do it?
No, because I'm trying to mimic the voice of Google Translate.
I know. I'm trying to...
Google Translate has like a really weird voice. Like, konnichiwa. It does English very bad, too. It's like, hello. Hello.
Hello. Hey, how's it going? Hello.
Hello. How are you doing today? Like, oh my god. Stay the hell away. It's not even a stereotypical voice. It's like, what the hell are you on?
And then also my butchering of Assalamu alaikum.
Shout out to Arabic.
Hopefully I didn't mess that up too much. So
I like Arabic letters.
Yeah. And anybody I don't know how to say hi in Irish. What's the Irish thing? Irish language?
Hello.
No, Irish language. Gaelic.
English.
All right, so next time I'm gonna figure out Gaelic, how to say hi and say it to you guys.
Fluent in
so
Gaelic.
I guess we're logging off. Bye.
Have a good night, morning, or